When people talk about expensive Canadian cities, Toronto is usually at the top of the list. But is that really true? Today, I'm putting it to the test, with just $10 US, which works out to about $13.70 Canadian. Here's the challenge, that $13.70 has to cover 5 attractions, transportation if needed, 1 meal, 1 souvenir, and at least 1 piece of real entertainment. And I'm starting right here, Billy Bishop Airport, the literal gateway to downtown Toronto. The moment you step out of the terminal, you're hit with a postcard-worthy view of the skyline. It almost feels like Toronto's way of saying, "Welcome, let's go." Of course, I had to stop for a quick skyline picture. Billy Bishop sits on its own little island, which means you've got 2 ways off. The pedestrian tunnel that runs 100 feet under Lake Ontario, or the route I'm taking. A short, scenic ferry ride. Why? Because this is a vacation, and we're starting with a cruise, the cheapest cruise in Canada. Fun fact, the Billy Bishop Ferry is the shortest, regularly scheduled ferry route in the world. It's only 121 meters long and the ride takes about 90 seconds. But the views are worth every second. Soak it in. Skyline views, boats, planes, and all of this completely free. Right after the terminal, hang a right. You'll find a quiet public seating area with front row views of Lake Ontario and the airport runway perfect for some early morning plane and boat watching. This area also connects to Ireland Park, a small but powerful tribute to Irish immigrants who arrived in Canada during the Great Famine. It's peaceful, reflective, and open to the public. It was still early, so I soaked in the sunrise over the city. I've got to say, I'm really starting to fall in love with this challenge. With a little time before my first attraction, I kept walking along the waterfront. The city was coming to life. Joggers, cyclists, morning commuters. And yes, I made a very Canadian pit stop at Tim Hortons for a hot chocolate. Cost? $2.51. Worth it. Fueled up and ready, I headed toward my first attraction of the day, Fort York, a slice of living history right in the middle of the city. But before we step back in time, let's take in a few last shots of the waterfront. Ooh yes. Next stop, Fort York. I took the Bentway route, a cool, repurposed public space tucked under the Gardiner Expressway. It's not a tunnel. It's like Toronto's version of a secret chill zone. Garden beds, benches, art, and best of all, the visitor entrance to Fort York is right here. Once inside, you step back into the 1800s. Fort York is where Toronto stood its ground during the War of 1812, and it still has the original barracks and military buildings. They offer guided tours, and I jumped in because, let's be honest, who says no to cannons and colonial tea sets? If you're into history, this place could eat up your whole weekend. But I'm on a one-day mission, remember? Before heading out, I grabbed this little postcard from my YouTube community. Only $1 and totally worth it. Another task complete. 1 souvenir in the bag. Loving it. Okay, I may have lost track of time because this place is just that good. Oh, and did I mention it was completely free? Yeah, I probably should have opened with that. To catch up on the day, I made my way back toward the Billy Bishop pickup zone, where most people grab a cab, Uber, or hop on the TTC. Quick tip, Toronto's TTC system is actually pretty affordable. Just $3.30 gets you around the whole city with transfers included for 2 hours. But here's the kicker. There's a free shuttle that runs straight from Billy Bishop to Union Station. And guess what? I took it. Budget saved, time regained, and I'm heading straight for Nathan Phillips Square. Welcome to Nathan Phillips Square, Canada's largest city square, right in Toronto's heart. Since 1965, it's been the go-to spot for concerts, art shows, public rallies, even skating in the winter. That's the famous Toronto sign, installed for the Pan Am Games but kept ever since. Those fountains aren't just pretty, they actually help cool the square when it's scorching like today. It's been fire all day. Couldn't remember the exact temperature, but it was hot. Don't forget to refill. There are water fountains scattered all over, just like this one, so you don't need to buy water, and your bottle can go all day. Great spot, refreshing sip, and best of all, free. Budget's safe, spirits are high, and we're ready for the next stop. Our next stop, the Campbell House Museum, one of the oldest surviving buildings in downtown Toronto. Built in 1822, this was the home of Chief Justice Sir William Campbell, and it's a perfect example of Georgian architecture. It's literally a historic gem, wedged right between glass towers and traffic lights. Toronto in a nutshell. The museum offers a look into early 19th century life, with restored rooms, period furnishings, and unique art exhibits that make it more than just old walls and fancy wallpaper. Okay, history lesson done, and honestly, I'm starting to get hungry. I figured I could find a meal that still fits my budget in Chinatown. And you know what? With all the sights, sounds, smells, and culture, let's call Chinatown an attraction too. But hey, I'll give you that one as a bonus, not even counting it in the big five. Welcome to Chinatown. And let me tell you, this place is food heaven. Noodles, dumplings, barbecue pork, bubble tea. There was so much to choose from, my brain almost short-circuited. I eventually landed at House of Gourmet, just followed the amazing smells, and ended up at the counter. No games, no overthinking. I literally walked up to the cashier and said, "I need a full meal under $10. And wow, I had options. With no time to read the whole menu, I went with pork and rice. Because let's face it, after all that walking, I needed maximum carbs, maximum protein. Turned out way better than I expected. Flavor, portion, generous. Budget hit, yeah, $9.61 Canadian, but worth every cent. Totally refueled and ready to finish the challenge. Let's get moving. Just a quick stop at Yonge Dundas Square, often called Canada's Times Square, and yeah, you'll see why right away. Massive LED billboards, packed sidewalks, live performers. This place has all the big city buzz with a Toronto twist. Loud, but still kind of friendly. It's chaotic in the best way. And even if you're just passing through, it feels like you're in the center of something. No tickets, no fees, just energy, people, and another free attraction checked off the list. All right, at this point, I stopped by the CN Tower because, come on, it's the CN Tower. You kind of have to. But here's the thing, going to the top, that's a paid attraction. And with only 58 cents left in the budget, I wasn't exactly feeling like a high roller. A quick photo op? Absolutely. But no elevator ride for me. My wallet and I stayed firmly on the ground. From there, I made my way to one of my favorite free gems in the city, the Toronto Music Garden. This place is a hidden oasis inspired by Bach's first suite for unaccompanied cello. And yep, the entire landscape is designed like a piece of music. There are winding paths, stepping stones, flower beds, and even a small amphitheater where free classical and world music concerts are held during the summer. It's peaceful, elegant, and totally free, a perfect contrast to the noise of the city. That makes 5 legit attractions and just one thing left on the list, entertainment. So now I'm heading toward the harbor front in search of some final free fun. Maybe a street performance, maybe a live show, maybe whatever 58 cents can manifest. Wish me luck, because if I don't find it, this whole challenge might just be a fail. After a short stroll along the waterfront, it became clear this was probably going to be the easiest part of the whole challenge. The city was buzzing with summer energy, music in the distance, boats in the harbor, and people everywhere just soaking it all in. And sure enough, I was soon pulled into a street show. 2 talented Japanese performers absolutely crushing it. Juggling knives, cracking jokes, keeping the whole audience locked in. I'll leave the link in the description. Because trust me, you're gonna want to see it. You're welcome. And as they passed the hat, I dropped in the last of my budget, a glorious 58 cents. Hey, maybe that'll cover their next meal in Chinatown. Pork and rice on me, fellas. All in all, 5 attractions, 1 solid meal, entertainment, a souvenir, and a hot chocolate to kick it all off. Challenge complete. And for $10, I'd say Toronto gave me more than I ever expected. Expensive city? Maybe. But if you know where to look, Toronto gives you more than your money's worth. Now it's your turn. Think you can do better? I challenge you to try the $10 Toronto day trip and post your results in the comments. Tell me how long it took, what you did, and how much you spent. If you're a local, start at any of the attractions I visited. Mix it up, make it your own. And if you're flying in, Billy Bishop Airport is the perfect gateway to the city and the challenge. Enjoy, and start planning your $10 Toronto vacation. You might just surprise yourself.